my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting...
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Houston Texans. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
This is the rookie from Oklahoma State, Justice Hill. And some room to roam now. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him.
That's caught inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a...
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Dean Lowry. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Winston now. He's got it to Hilton. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Hill. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Jameis to throw it. Looking for his receiver, Sharp, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 30. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So quite a turn of events right there.
Indeed it is. I mean, they thought the worst that could happen was they'd get a field goal attempt to break the tie. Instead, interception, long return, and now the other guys have a great shot to go ahead.
This is Marlon Mack, 3rd-year running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Gets past one man. Quick throw here to Hilton. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. Touchdown, Houston. T.Y. Hilton, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right.
And his throw intercepted by the all-pro corner, Kyle Fuller. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Throwing, Winston. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll go with Hill here on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Green, 17. 56. Hey, thump. Let's go. Squeeze, double. Hey, alert 3. Let him go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking for Shepard deep. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
The first carry here for Jaquiz Rogers. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here's Murray. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is brought in at the 21. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
No, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
They give it to Hill running right. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 yards, good enough for a first. On 1st and 10, Winston. And the catch made by Hilton. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Hill. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Looking for Shepard deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They're going to try for it on 4th. Winston stays out there.
Check 59, Mike. Let's go. Mike to 59. Let's go.
Now Winston on 4th down. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 20. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Trying to get it to Woods. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Murray from midfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chandler Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Murray with a 3rd and long. He's going to look deep down the field. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know what they've always said? I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Winston. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. T.Y. Hilton with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Texans push further out in front. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now this time Murray to throw it. Making the catch is Sternberger. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Texans scoop it. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Caught here by Griffin. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw, Winston. They set up the screen to Hill. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Texans push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. This is fielded at the goal line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Murray. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
A gain of 15.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Murray. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chandler Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
3rd down. 3rd and 8.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike spot 9. Mike spot 9. Go. Go, baby. Return it. Get that ball.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TV. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Rodgers. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Murray now. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's a give to Matt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
59.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 30.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he?
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Chandler Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray. Finding Green complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 19.
1st down, Panthers.
Murray now. 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. To throw is Murray. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Hill. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he's got his man Hilton. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Buster Screen. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Josh Lambo now for the point after. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now.
Next to score, Texans 28.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
39 yards there, a big one. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds through the end zone, and that will go as a turnover as the defense will get it at the 20-yard line. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. A run by Mack to start the drive. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Houston. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. They go right back to Mack. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And, you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Shotgun now from Murray. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Murray now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Now on 2nd and 13. Murray, and that's complete. It's Green here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
20! And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Kyler Murray, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Off the play fake, Winston. Looking deep for Hilton. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. Winston on 3rd and 2. And he finds his man, Griffin. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. Winston now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A throw over the middle, taken in. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
56, the mark, boy, 56. Check, 56.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Murray and company going for it on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Pull it together.
And that is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Winston now. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They got him in. It's Woods. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Well, we looked at each other in surprise going for it on 4th down in the 4th quarter with a lead. But, hey, you get it as a coach. You look like a genius.
So the next time we see Coach, he's going to say, well, that's why I coach and that's why you guys talk up there, right?
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Winston here to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Coverage defensively by Logan Ryan.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Winston to throw for it on fourth. It's caught. Shepard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So Houston going to come away here with the